Hi, friends. This is Amanda. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Michigan. Welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys had amazing Thanksgiving. Glad you're here today. All right, so I'm going to start off with this Thinking, Thanks, and Peace stamp set and a piece of watercolor. You know, I use Strathmore Hot Press because I really like the smoothness of it. We're going to be also kind of making a wash, I guess you could say. And if you have a flat brush, that might work for you. I found the flat big brush was just a little bit too big for me. I'm going to embrace the white space here and just I want white space. Let's just say that. So I chose to take some water, and I apologize for my water being all the way up and to the left rather than to the side where normal people would put it. But you'll see me dunking that several times. So I made a really good wash, I guess I should say, of just water. And then I added in my color. And I started with some real red, and then I added in some Flirty Flamingo. Next, I went to some Coastal Cabana, and then here I'm going to add in some darker colors. So this is Pacific Point. And then I'm going to blend all of that out with some Gorgeous Grape. Now here is a perfect scene. You know, it looks like if you turn it upside down or right side up, it looks like an ocean scene, doesn't it? With a really pink, beautiful sunset and the ocean. But I wanted some purple in there. I always think of peace with purple. I don't know why, I just do. Whenever I'm doing something that says peace in it, I always have to throw some purple in there. So I'm just darkening up my colors, and I am really overworking this paper. Luckily, the Strathmore is a really good brand, so I can do this. I am a control freak. I'm not quite sure if you guys realize that, but I'm a bit of a control freak. So I do not let my colors flow the way they want to. I want them to flow the way I want to. And in doing so, I overwork the paper, which is, no big deal unless you're working with a cheaper paper. You need to be more careful. And really, you should embrace watercoloring for what it is. I have a very hard time watercoloring, even though I love it, because I'm a control freak. I'm going to add some more color here to make it much more vibrant. And in doing so, I wash out the purple. Now, when you heat set your watercolors, you're going to create harsh lines. And here you will see that I will make harsh lines in this. And I also put wet on dry, which is a big no-no because here again, I'm going to create another harsh line between my black and my purple and my red. You see that harsh line? Luckily, this cardstock is going to allow me to re-wet everything, and there's a term. I don't remember what the term is, but it will give me back the color, and so that I can rework it again and create a blend that was a beautiful blend to start with, but because I played with it, it was no longer the nice blend. So again, I'm just going to add my color here, keeping control of where the color goes rather than letting the watercolor do the work. One of these days, I'm going to get this, so not to worry. Maybe when I'm 80, I will remember to just relax and let the watercolor do its thing because it's going to be gorgeous. I do have some harsh lines now, but I don't mind them. All right, so we're going to take some black, and actually, this is some Delusions black. It's drier than dry, so I'm going to add some water and do some things. I know I'm going to have to get some more. I think that's going to be an online purchase, and wow, my credit card really enjoyed Black Friday, so we're going to have to take things a little bit slow. Let me know how your Thanksgiving was, and if you shopped on Black Friday, or if you did your online shopping, or if you already have your Christmas shopping done, which that's not funny. But let me know in the comment section below. I love chit-chatting with you guys. Because this is watercolor paper and I put lots of water on it and then I manipulated it to my will, it's really warped. But I added some heat to it, used my fingers, and I made it as straight as can be, and I think that works for this. Now I'm going to take this Peace on Earth stamp gorgeous stamp. I'm going to speed this up here because I'm going to stamp this a total of 7 times. Yes, this is watercolor paper. I'm using the smooth side, of course, because I always do when I'm using heat embossing, but I also always use Strathmore hot press because of the smoothness. So, this is really smooth, but I still do it 7 times. So if you're using a different watercolor paper that's really rough, don't even start counting till after 10 because you want it nice and beautiful. I think this Peace on Earth is gorgeous. I love this stamp. I think it might be one that you overlooked. And did you know that some of the items from our catalog are on sale? Last chance for lots of the mini catalog stamp sets. I really did not look to see if this one was going on sale because, well, truthfully, I did this 2 days before Thanksgiving and I didn't get it done until the day after Thanksgiving out to you. So you understand it's been a hectic couple of days. I did not use my anti-static powder bag because I just forgot it. I took it out and everything, but I just forgot. I was too focused on stamping this up perfectly that to use my anti-static powder bag. You might want to do that. And you might also want to make sure that your watercolor is completely dry. So test it out. Do some pretend embossing over top of it without anything on it. Just stick some embossing powder over that. Make sure it's completely dry. If it's not, heat set it again. You don't want to do what I have to do, which is flicking. Lots and lots of flicking. So I take off lots of embossing powder. It's going to be okay, but it's not going to be as plump and beautiful as it would have been if I would have not flicked. Then I'm going to use my dry brush, my paintbrush that's very tiny, to take off all the little bits and pieces that I don't want. And then I'll heat set that, heat emboss it. I'll heat it to make it all pretty and beautiful. If you could see it in real life, it's not, well, it's okay, but the embossing, just don't flick. That's what I can say to you. Use your anti-static powder bag, don't flick. Now, as you know, I just came back from Phoenix, and I thought that I left my craft room relatively clean. I didn't do that at all. It was filthy when I came back, and my daughter was nice enough to use some of my stuff when I was gone too. She says she puts everything away, but and she didn't touch that, promise. But I came back and I couldn't find my trimmer anywhere. So I had to use this guillotine, which I like, but I can't really tell what measurements are because, of course, oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, friends. It didn't really have the measurements that I needed. So I searched my craft room and I did find it finally. It was under some papers, you can imagine. So I'll cut my base down. My panel is about, well, it's between 6.5 and 6 3/4 by between 4.5 and 4 3/4. So it's just a little bit smaller than I normally make it. But that's okay. It looks pretty good still. I like 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, but that's okay. A little bit smaller. I needed to even things up when I cut it. And like I said, I didn't find my trimmer until right now. So I will add some tear and tape because I want this to stay as flat as possible. What I found was that my paper, even because I put this much tape down, it just made the gorgeous grape cardstock a little bit warped itself. It just was a little bit bendy, but that's okay. It'll even out hopefully through the mail. I like it. It looks good. So that's all that matters. So this is gorgeous grape. And then I'm going to do something really fun on the inside as well. Not too fun. I mean, the truth is I could do something more fun, but I wanted to leave it a little bit understated. That's the word I'm looking for. We're going to use the stamp set Heartfelt Wishes. Merry Christmas, happiest holidays, much gratitude, sending love, cheers to you and yours this wondrous season, and heartfelt wishes from our family, and a happy new year. I mean, there's lots of things that you could put on this. So I did Merry Christmas, and if you're thinking this panel looks big, Amanda, it is. It's because I didn't know how big the Merry Christmas was, and I wanted to make it I wanted to get all of the little, I'll cut it afterwards. That's what I'm saying. But I didn't know how big the little whoopsie woos were, from the Merry beginning and the Christmas at the end. All right, fine. Never mind. And then I'm going to do Merry Christmas from our family to you and yours. And then I'll cut it down to 6 7/8 by 4 7/8 because I wanted to get all the whoop-de-woos down. So I have to cut them really close. This is a very long sentiment with the whooshes. That's what I'm calling it, whooshes. I don't know what they are. The tails, maybe? I don't know. But anyways, so I add that up in Real Red and do Gorgeous Grape and Pacific Point. So all the colors from the inside. Now, I really like this card. I think it's gorgeous. I'm going to use some Seal Plus only because that was in my little adhesive runner. And so I wasn't going to change it. Like I said, my craft room is an absolute mess. But anyways, I like this one. You could do lots of different things in the corner. You could use this Happy Holidays and put something, that holly leaf, or this Words of Cheer and put that really pretty big element in the edge. But instead, I just leave it understated. Is it okay? What do you think? I really like this card until I bring down the one that I did before I left. And it's more pastel. So I use Coastal Cabana, Heather Highland, and Polished Pink. And I like the lighter one better. Let me know if you like any of these. If you like the more bold one on the left or the pastel one on the right. Do you think I need to add some rhinestones? Would you do anything on the top? Would you add those black matte dots? Or is the little black speckle enough? I really appreciate your time. If you're not subscribed, do me the favor and be one of the 1,000 subscribers that have subscribed. I'm only 5 away, and you could help me get over my goal. All right, friends, you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.